Hi Barbies. I don't know how I feel about that, but hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking you through the books that I really want to read in August. I can't believe we're already in August. I feel like I say that with every single month, but like it's so true. But I have a lot of books that I really want to get to like really soon, but I don't know how realistic this TBR is, I'm not gonna lie. For the past couple of months, all I've been doing is rereading Sarah J Maas books. So I've like reread all of ACOTAR and all of Crescent City, and I've just been having like the best time. So I've got a little TBR, but the first thing on my TBR is the Throne of Glass series. So this is the first book, Throne of Glass. This will be a reread for me. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with this series specifically by Sarah J Maas. I haven't read any of these books in years. I haven't finished the series. I technically haven't read Kingdom of Ash, which is why I'm rereading them at the moment. I'm very hit or miss with each and every single book in this series. I have already started this one though. I am about halfway through while I'm filming this, and I am enjoying this one more than I think I did in my first few rereads of Throne of Glass. So my aim is to read and finish this month and possibly get to Crown of Midnight. Crown of Midnight was my favorite in the entire Throne of Glass series until Tower of Dawn. I'm a Chaol girly. I do love him. I'm a Chaol apologist. I'll just leave it at that. I know some people hate him. I think it's unjustified, but we're not going to go into that today. But I am curious to see how I feel about this now, because it has been a few years since I read this series, so we'll have to see. But I don't know if I'm gonna get to this one. It's not like a huge priority of mine. It just kind of depends on my mood. Hello, sorry, my camera died almost immediately after I started filming this video, so slightly different angle maybe, but I'm back. I was talking about Throne of Glass, so this is like a tentative on my TBR for this month because it's not like a huge priority, but I just feel like once I get addicted to the world again, I'll probably end up binging all of them, but we'll just have to like see what happens. The other books that I really want to get to, there's so many I want to get to, honestly. Like, this is really hard. The first book that I really want to prioritize this month is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I know I'm like a month too late on this, but this was so hard to get a hold of, like this book, even the paperback. Like, you couldn't find the paperback in Kmart, in Big W, like anywhere. It was ridiculous. And so I finally have my hands on it. I've just been like waiting for a time to read it, and I think like this month is the month. I'm very excited for it, and I think this is gonna be like a good book to read after the massive book hangover that ACOTAR and Crescent City left me in. So yeah, I think this is the answer, but we'll see. Will it live up to the hype? I don't know, but I think I'm gonna love it. I have a good feeling about it. And then, speaking of hype books as well, as you can see, I'm in like a fantasy romance sort of mood lately, and just like a romance mood in general. So next up, I ended up getting The Serpents and the Wings of Night. That's a really weird name and a really weird title to say. This one is by Carissa Broadbent. This is the first, I think, in a duology, and I have heard so many good things about this and about her writing in general, and I got this one for my birthday and I'm very excited. It is a fantasy romance with a vampire king, and it features vampires, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this. I really have high hopes for this one, and if I like this one and her writing style, I'm probably going to end up buying the rest of her books. But I wanted to give at least like just the first book in one of the series a go before I went and got all of them, just in case I don't like it. But I have a good feeling about that one as well. Next up, I really want to read Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. This is the first book in a series. The third one comes out in September, so my goal is to read this one, and also Things We Hide from the Light as well sometime this month. I am so excited for it. I love Lucy Score's writing. This one is meant to be like a small town romance with a slow burn, and both of those things are like right up my alley. I love both of those tropes. If there's anything I've learned about myself, it's how much I love a small town romance specifically. So I'm very, very, very excited for this one, and I just love Lucy Score's writing, so I have high hopes. Then I would really love to read If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan. This one is a YA contemporary. I think it has a little romance in there, and it's meant to be really sad. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really read a lot of YA contemporary in a very long time. I haven't really enjoyed it in a really long time, but I've seen so much hype about this, and a friend of mine in real life also recommended this to me, and she absolutely devoured it. So I'm really excited for this one. I think it might make me cry. Like, I've heard that this makes people cry, but I'm excited for it anyway. And I haven't read like a sad book in a while, so maybe this will be like a, I don't want to say like a palate cleanser because it's a sad book, but it'll be like a different book to read in between all of like the fantasy and the romance, like the adult romance that I'm reading. The next book that I would love to get to, I don't know if I'm going to get to it this month, but I am super excited about this series. I was a little bit unsure for a while, but I think I'm gonna give it a go. There's Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. Pretty sure she is an Australian author as well, which is really cool. This one came back along on my radar when the new covers got announced, and because it was picked up by a traditional publisher. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the new covers, but they are still publishing these covers, which are like the self-published version. I hear this isn't like really necessarily a romance, but it's a very, very toxic. It's meant to be like real Gossip Girl vibes and like rich people toxic drama, and I'm kind of here for it. Like, I think it's gonna be a wild ride, and I'm excited about it. Next up, I would really love to read Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I got this book for my birthday in July, and I have had this one on my radar for so many months now, and I'm really excited about reading it. It is a romance between, I think, a hockey player and a figure skater. I've heard it's really cute. Like, I'm excited for it. I've never actually read a sports romance as far as I know or can remember. I don't think I've read a sports romance before, so this will be a first for me. The final two books that are on my TBR, and again, this is like a tentative TBR. I'm a slow reader. I don't think I'm gonna get through all of these, but these are the books that I would ideally love to read throughout August. So next up is Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. This is another book that I got for my birthday in July, and this one I've had my eye on for so long. It is a really short novel. I think it's technically a classic. I'm pretty sure this one was published in the 50s. I think this is like a modern classic, but I've heard it's really, really good. It follows a young black gay man in the 1950s in America. That's all I really know about it, but like, I have heard so many amazing things about James Baldwin and his writing. So I have wanted to get to this one for ages. Finally got it in July. It's literally like under 100, no. Okay, it's just over 150 pages, so it shouldn't take me too long at all to read. And then the final book that I'm really hoping to get to in August is Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. I absolutely adored Babel so much. So much. I thought it was fantastic. I really loved the writing. I can see why some people thought it was like boring and not for them. Like, I totally get that. But I really just loved like learning about the language aspect of it. Like, I have like a sort of obsession with that, and I've gone through obsessions with that in the past, so that was just sort of, I ate it up. This one is a contemporary though, so it's not a fantasy. This one is about a Asian author who died, and a white writer who knew her when she was alive has plagiarized her work and is passing it off as her own novel and gets it published and everything. And it delves into racism in the publishing industry and the publishing industry as a whole anyway. And I'm just like, I think it's going to be really good. I'm very, very excited for this one. I also got it signed. I got the signed version. So I'm really excited. I have really high hopes for this one because I really enjoy her writing. They're all of the books that I'm hoping to get to in August, but like, we'll see. I don't actually know if that's gonna happen because like I said, I am a slow reader and this is a lot for me. Let me know down in the comments what you're reading at the moment or what your reading plans are for August. I'd love to hear them. If you enjoyed my content, please leave this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below as well. It would really help me out. But yeah, have a fantastic day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you all next time. Bye. Oh, this is so hard. Thumbnails are difficult. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. Whew.